This call is being recorded.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How y'all doing?
Good.
That's good, praise to Allah. Y'all ready for Sunday school?
Yes, sir.
Alright. The name of Allah, beneficent, the merciful, who appeared and is in the person of Master FARD Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Alright, let's hear your opening prayers. We'll start with Amaria today. Let Daddy hear your opening prayers, sweetheart.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, Master of the day of the Christmas. The beneficent, the merciful, he who we serve is he who we seek. Guide us on our path, the path of those who love, not the path of those whose wrath has been those who.
Alright. Kamal, Daddy hear you say your prayers, son.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the beneficent and merciful. Master of the day and will. These we serve and these we seek for help. Guide us in the right path. Pass upon those that have to go faith. Pass upon those whose wrath brought down, nor those who go astray.
Alright, very good. Okay, Rafiq, let me hear you say your prayers.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray.
Rafiq, why do you sound closer to the phone than the other ones?
Yeah, I am.
I don't understand why do they sound so far away?
Well, they kind of are. Maria's in a rocking chair, it's a kind of sofa thing, kind of.
No, where's the phone? Are you holding the phone? Is the phone sitting on the table?
It's sitting on the couch.
It's right. It's next to me.
On an armrest.
Okay. Y'all sound far away. Okay, Diane, let me hear you say your prayers.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful, Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors. Not the path upon those thou hast wrath brought down, and nor those who go astray.
All right, very good. Okay, we're gonna start with Amaria Day for FARD's presentation. Okay, Amaria, share with us your presentation for this week.
Yes, sir. I have watched why you should not eat or touch pork. You should not eat or touch pork because in the video I watched, one was had numbness in her brain and she had to go to the doctor, and now she can barely get out of bed and she can barely get out the bathroom. The pork had messed up her brain. She had to go to the doctor because she needed surgery. They found a worm in the woman's brain and they had to pull it out. The worm comes from eating pork and undercooked pork, and it can be spread by the people that have a parasite in their body. and don't wash their hands while using the bathroom. The worms could have 8 holes in the brain, and that is why you should not eat pork.
All right, very good. Okay, Kamal, let's do your presentation.
I did 2 videos because the first video I did was kind of short, and so the first video I did is called War of Christ Radio, broadcast October 4, 2012, part 9 of 9, stock up on food and water. If you are in someone's house, you are prisoner of that house. It is not your home. The black man is the Son of Man. If you buy a flyer, you will see a man being burned on a cross. Then Jesus being hung on a cross. Jesus is an example of the black man and woman of America. We were hung. You must reevaluate that you think about Scripture. Do not give your preacher money. Just buy yourself food and water. You need to prepare. The Scriptures come true. If a tornado comes by you, you need your money. Another video called God Will Destroy the White Human Race is when a white police officer, he was drunk and he had killed a unarmed black civilian, and that police officer had gotten a medal for that killing that he did. So this is why the white man and that's why Muhammad is going to destroy the white man of America.
Yeah, I bear you witness. Those are very short videos. Not much to say about them. In particular, I think the video you watched was of a black football player that was murdered by a cop. And not only did the police officer not go to jail, and he was given a reward. The only thing I can say about that is to reiterate to you that if you can understand this, then you'll be well ahead, of your time. And what you must understand is that white people enjoy causing you grief and harm. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What confuses black people about white people is because you have some white people here and there that act like they like you, and this confuses us, but on a core level, in the way they were created. And that's the only way that white people could perpetuate a system that we've been living in for thousands of years. There's no way he could perpetuate and do the things he's done to us for thousands of years if it was not his nature. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I am sure that if we would go to a state, say like Arizona, I am sure that if we walk long enough, we will come upon a rattlesnake. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The white man is like that. He's like a rattlesnake. Well, every rattlesnake is not exactly the same. There are some rattlesnakes that you can walk upon and you can get very, very close before it bites you, and others you can't get as close to before they attack you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But they are all rattlesnakes. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Just because one rattlesnake allows you to get within 1 foot of it and it don't bite you, as opposed to another rattlesnake, if you get within 5 or 6 feet of it, it will come after you. That doesn't mean that all rattlesnakes, that doesn't mean that one rattlesnake is really better than the other one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's how it is with white folk. That police officer that killed that young black child, he's a venomous, wicked, evil snake. And it don't take much for them to try to kill you because they already got a gun, so he's already ready to strike, like a snake. But there are other white people that are not police officers You know, they may work at a bank. You know, they may be a school teacher. They might even be a fireman. They're not walking around with a gun. You know, even though they're snakes, you know, they're not as ready to strike you as the one with that pistol or that gun. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But they are all snakes. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you how the white men feel when they see the news of a black man being killed. Whenever it's reported on the news of a black person being killed or beaten by white people, when they see that black man has been killed, they get a sense of relief. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
They feel better. When they hear about a black man getting killed like that brother got killed, it's a sense of relief. That's what they feel on the inside. I don't care what they words say, but that's how they feel. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Just like all those black babies that was killed during Yakub time to make white folks. You know, when that lighter and lighter child was allowed to live, that child was loved and that child was told he was going to be a great man. And at the exact same time, the darker and darker and blacker children were being murdered. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So as the messengers say, murder and lying was born into the very nature of the white man. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You cannot change that. Just because you go to a zoo and you see a lion in a cage, and you see a zookeeper or a lion tamer walk in the cage with that lion, and the lion do tricks, and the lion is playful, that does not mean that you are not looking at a lion. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So all these white people that you do not see in Ku Klux Klan's outfits, all these white people that you don't see with guns on their hips, they appear to be nice, or they appear to be friendly. But what's on the inside of them that you cannot see, what they feel in their heart, or the emotion they feel towards you, they hate you, and whenever one of you dies, they feel better. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They may say, oh, that's a shame that poor black man got murdered. He shouldn't have done that. But they feel better. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's no different if you was in the car with your mother and you got on the freeway and while you was driving, you seen a dead dog on the side of the road. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you see I don't care what kind of dog it was, if you see a dead animal on the side of the road, particularly like a dog, you know, you might say, man, wow, that's a shame what happened to that dog. You know, but if that dog was a pit bull or a Rottweiler or some kind of wild wolf or coyote, even though while you're looking at that dead coyote or dead wolf or dead pit bull, you know that if that pit bull was alive and did not get hit by a car, that pit bull or wild animal would be a threat to you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So in actuality, if you're in a regular major city and you see a dead coyote or you see a dead bobcat, a really, really dangerous animal, when you drive by it, if you be honest with yourself, you feel kind of good, or you're kind of relieved that snake or that coyote or that wild animal is dead, because that means it's not going to attack and kill you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It does not matter what come out of your mouth. It does not matter what you tell your mama or your brother and sister sitting next to you in the car. When you see that dead snake, coyote, or whatever animal it is, or skunk, you're glad it's dead. Even though you might say, wow, it's a shame it died that way. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's how white people feel about you. While it's a shame that black child or that black man died that way, but what they don't tell you is they're glad that you're dead anyway. That's what they feel. You know. You can be a black student going to school in Louisiana and forget to address a teacher in a proper manner. And you'll hear a white man saying, you know, I throat punch students like that. Where did that evil and wickedness come from? That's just in his nature. Do you understand? Especially you, Rafi. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's just in them. And if you can truly understand that and not be fooled by their smiles and their act of liking you, you're on your way to ruling yourself. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't forget that he's the devil and they do not love you. That's why you see videos that I made, and you can, in any given week, you can cut on the television or get on the internet, you will find that this white man in this country has killed or murdered some black man. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
That is not your friend. White people know what they did to us for the last 400 years. Now, my question to you, if they know that they went to Africa and kidnapped you, if they know that they raped and beat your grandmothers, if they know they held you as a slave for over 400 years, if they know they hung you on trees and shot you with bullets and drug you behind cars, if they know they did all that to you, my question to you is, why are they still killing you?
Out of faith?
It's just their nature.
It's just their nature. They held you as a slave. They did whatever they wanted to your grandparents. You helped give them an entire country from New York to California. Your great-grandfathers worked as slaves and helped this man get his own country. And yet, he still beat and killed you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There is no other way, and there is no more accurate and better way to describe white people than none other as the devil in person. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rafiq, let's hear your presentation.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I did Master Farad Muhammad, The Iron Will of God, Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Part 1. So today, I'm going to discuss the song Iron Man by the heavy metal rock band Black Sabbath. And before I get into the lyrics of the song, I'm going to discuss a few things first. So to begin, the name Black Sabbath is pretty interesting. If we go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 8 through 10, it reads, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord, the God, and in it thou shalt not do any work." In the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 8, it reads, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day." Now, continuing with our last scripture concerning the matter, in the Holy Quran, chapter 22, verse 47, it reads, "And they asked thee to hasten on the chastisement, and Allah by no means fails in his promise, and surely a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years of what you reckon." Now we see here that both the Bible and the Holy Quran tell us that a day with the Lord or God is as 1,000 years. We also see that the seventh day is referred to as the Sabbath. So the scripture is saying that 6,000 years or 6 days thou shalt do thy work, but in the 7,000th year, or the Sabbath, is the Lord or God's last day. So the Sabbath is the 7,000th year. But who are the scriptures talking to? Well, who is in charge of this earth, and who does as they please on this earth? It is the Caucasian or the white people. The white people run the world and have been given have been given authority by Allah to do as they please for the past 6,000 years. But what happens after the 6,000 years are over, or in the 7,000th year, or in the Sabbath day? The 7,000th year is the year of Allah. But who are the lords of the earth, and who are the first people on the earth? It's the black man. The marks of the ancient civilizations that precede everyone else on earth belong to the black man, such as the pyramids or the ruins of Egypt. But if the black man was ruling the earth at some point in time, how did the Caucasian people come out of the caves of Europe and take over the whole planet? This is because we, the black people of the earth, decided to go to sleep and allow the white man to conquer and subdue and rule the earth. The Bible gives us a few hints on this. In the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verses 1 through 4, it reads, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after in their own lust, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation." Now, what fathers is the scripture speaking of? It is the black man. The black man is the father of all the people on the planet. The black man is the original man. So we stated that the last 6,000 years was the time or the authority of the white man, and we have stated that the 7,000th year is the day of the Lord or the black man, hence Black Sabbath. It can't be called White Sabbath because the white man's already been ruling for the other 6 days or 6,000 years. Now, the Sabbath day is also known as the Day of Judgment, and we all know that the Sabbath day is when God will deliver the righteous and destroy the wicked. And that means it will be a great and dreadful day. It will be a great day for the righteous and a dreadful day for the wicked. The end.
All right, that was a very good and good summary of that video series. Okay, not much I can really add to that. That's very very thorough. Okay, Diane, let's hear your presentation.
Yes, sir. I did my Islamic presentation on your video titled World War III, America's Upcoming War with Russia and China. The judgment is now part 3 of it. If America's dollar fails, she loses power to attack the nations of the earth, whether it be militarily or financially. Several countries are coming together to create a new country, a new currency, and it is referred to as the de-dollarization. China and Russia have recently signed a policy that lets China sell oil to Russia using the Russian currency, the ruble, and the Chinese yuan. So it is already out of reach of the American dollar. Well, what does that mean for America? Well, China and Russia do not have a reserve of American money to purchase resources because they are now conducting resources with each other. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad discussed in the end the war of Armageddon, the war between Russia and America. We can go to the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 40 through 45. Here it states, "And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the country, and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the country, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly make away many. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. This chapter discussed what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about. He said that Allah, Master Prophet Muhammad, had placed him here to get us out of a crossfire. To go into detail about this chapter, we can look at where it said, and at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at them, and the king of the north shall come against them like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships. Russia is geographically more north than America. This will make the king of the south America. When it says the king of the south pushed at him, that means that America is looking to have a fight. There are many examples of this. Recently, America bombed Syria, which is an ally of Russia, and in the past, they have pointed the finger at Russia for a missing flight and arming Syria. Scripture says that he shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown. The countries of the east are known as the Holy Land, such as Jerusalem and Mecca. Well, America is all throughout the lands of the Northeast Africa right now, and they are being overthrown. Libya was overthrown in 2012, and Egypt was overthrown shortly before Libya. They are trying to get Syria right now. They are in Yemen, Pakistan, and have overthrown the king of Iraq, Saddam Hussein. Danielle told us that America would receive tidings from the north and the east. The east would be China because they are to the east of America. Tidings would be news. So the king of the south is receiving news from the kings of the north and the east. And the news that America is receiving is that the countries are not going to use its money. The only thing that could trouble a king is the loss of power.
All right. I think the loss of power. I think the lesson went on probably in the next video. Was the power of any nation is its money or currency. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But that lesson that Dame just went over, that will be what you would call like the I don't know how to put it, like the stages towards the end. Ultimately, let me say it this way. Ultimately, the one that's going to bring America down, it's not going to be the king of the north or the east. It's going to be Allah himself. You understand?
Yes, sir.
America or this last kingdom of the white man is such that it's like in the book of Revelation. It says, "Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him." So this country is set up and was allowed to be set up so the whole world could bear witness that they were unable to defeat America. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So Allah has allowed this country to become and be what it is so he can show forth his power. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There's an old saying, children, that power concedes nothing without a demand. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I want you to repeat that after me. Say power.
Power.
Concedes nothing.
Concedes nothing.
Without a demand.
Without a demand.
Okay. So basically, the white man, in doing the things that he do, he is representing himself as being the greatest on the earth, the most powerful on the earth. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And if we look at this act alone, this behavior I'm speaking very loosely. This kind of behavior, this kind of boastfulness, puts a demand on Allah Himself to show Himself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What do I mean? There are probably some people that will hear this lecture and would disagree with me. But let me qualify what I just said. We have a story in the scriptures concerning Egypt. You know, Pharaoh holding the children of Israel and his fight with Jehovah. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about this. You know, he said in the end, Allah made Pharaoh bear witness that he was the greatest. And the last words of Pharaoh was, Allah is the greatest. Because before then, Pharaoh was saying he was the greatest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So the white man, by running all over the world, you know, pushing the people around, you know, showing off and boasting, you know, they call it American exceptionalism. That's what they call the attitude of America, meaning America is an exception to the rule. You know, America may vote and pass laws in the United Nations, but America don't have to obey them if America don't want to. So America goes around the world showing forth her military power and showing that she is the greatest. So that's putting her, what you would say, square, heading right towards a confrontation with Almighty Allah Himself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because Allah is the greatest, and Allah is the greatest power. But you going around America, you going around the world, you got these people fooled. So everybody in the world going to bow to you, huh? Everybody in the world going to recognize as you being the greatest. Well, Allah is not going to stand for that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which makes Allah, so He's going to show you who the greatest is. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
Remember, power concedes nothing without a demand. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let me say this and I'm going to close. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said this in the Theology of Time. I can get it, but I can basically quote it from memory. He said that the devil, white people, are bound to attack us one day, meaning white people. But he said we have 7 angels with us, and he's not enough for one of these angels. He said the white man is like a mouse among 7 hungry cats. And he said that he's not meal enough, so to speak, for 1 cat. But 7 cats are waiting to get him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully again. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, before the white man can kill 300 of us, members of the Nation of Islam, he said, Allah said, Master Muhammad said out of his own mouth, that before he could kill 300 Muslims, here, his followers, he said that Allah would destroy all of them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
On the website is a replica of the chalkboard that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had in every temple. And on that blackboard, it had which one will survive the war of Armageddon. On the left side of that chalkboard, you have the American flag. And on the right side of that board, you have the Islamic flag. In particular, you have the Nation of Islam's flag because our moon is to the right, which is on the increase. So you have the nation, the flag of the Nation of Islam on one side, and on the other side, you got the Nation of America. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
On that blackboard is not the flag of Russia. On that blackboard is not the flag of China. On that blackboard is not the flag of Libya. On that blackboard is not the flag of Iraq. On that blackboard is the flag of the Nation of Islam. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said before he could kill 300 of us, before he could kill 300, he said Allah would destroy them all. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let me go a little further and then I'm going to close. Now, this is me talking. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad also said that for every one of the least of his followers, he said Allah would kill 10 of them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, it is 2017. Now, I do not know how many Muslims that the devil has killed. I don't know that number. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But what I do know is that Allah's word is true. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I believe Daim and Rafiq has taken algebra. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, we solve an algebra problem, we have to solve for the unknown. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And typically in algebra, what's the most common variable we use for the unknown?
X.
X. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Every time a lost found will stand up with the Nation of Islam with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, they were given an X, like Malcolm X, like Lewis X. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And X means unknown. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, this white man has been killing since the messenger has been here. From time to time, he has killed a Muslim. He has killed one of us wearing that X, or one of us that says that we believe in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the messenger said two things. One thing he said, well, for every one of mine or one of the least of mine they kill, Allah will kill 10 of their best. He said that. And he also said that before this devil could kill 300 of us, Allah will kill them all. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me tell you something. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad has said that he is bound to attack us one day. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
He's bound to do it. When someone says, or when you hear the statement that you are bound to do something, what that mean?
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in 2013, I was in the state of Virginia, committed no crime, and two white police officers attacked me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
and they hit nothing but air. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now listen carefully. After that happened, you know, that was a pretty amazing thing that took place with me. So ultimately what did I do? This is what I did. I went and placed a swastika right smack in the middle of my forehead. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I did this for several reasons, but let me get to the point. If you look at a swastika, it resembles an X, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm almost done. Now, I have not met Master Farad Muhammad in person. I've never seen him in person. I never shook his hand, had dinner with him like the messenger. I never met the man. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I haven't met him personally. I just believe in him. So, let me get back to the point so I can close this lecture. The foremost reason why I put this swastika on my forehead, these are the words I said to myself. I said to myself, if the white man is looking to kill me, if he really wants to kill me, I said I don't want him to make no other mistake and kill another black man thinking he killed me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't want him to kill by mistake another black man that might happen to look like me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I went and placed this swastika on my forehead. So if the white man is really looking for me, if the white man really wants to kill me, then there will be no mistake. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, ultimately, I do not know a couple of things, and I will be honest. I do not know if I am the 300th Muslim or whatever. I don't know that. Quite frankly, you know, I don't really know if I'm the son of man. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe it. The evidence suggests it. But Master Farad Muhammad didn't put his arm around me and tell me I'm the son of man. He didn't do that. I will admit that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A Muslim bears witness to the truth even if it is against him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me say this. Let me say this about the Son of Man, whoever that may be. Let me tell you this. Do you remember that video that I posted a couple weeks ago, and it said, dedicated to Marquise and Mercedes? You remember that song, Kamal?
Sir?
Did you watch the video I put up, a music video a couple weeks ago that I put up, Kamal?
Oh, yes, sir. Was it a piano?
Yeah. And you left
sir.
a comment under that video and you said nice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all remember that song, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Now, in that song, there is a verse. And the verse says, how can you, well, I'm going to paraphrase it. It says this: how can you think I would let you walk out of my life and not do a damn thing? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me explain something. If you are killed and judged by God, you have been damned. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, walk with me. Understand something. If and when the white man decides he's going to attack the Nation of Islam and start killing Muslims. Allah made a promise, and he made this promise and communicated it to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Allah made a promise, not subject to interpretation. He said, before this devil would kill 300 Muslims, I will kill all of them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me say this. It really does not matter. It does not even really matter if I am the Son of Man. I'm going to tell you why. Because if the devil is able to kill me, that will mean that we're one Muslim closer to the total and complete annihilation of every white man, woman, and child on this planet. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will tell you, like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said, shoot Elijah. He said, go ahead and kill me. And he said, I will go down smiling, knowing that this is the end of you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you something, bruh. Ain't no cowards this way. A Muslim ain't no coward. I'm not out here saying I'm the Son of Man and run across America just because I think I can't be killed. That's not the deal. That's not the promise. And that's not my word of prayer I made to Allah. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The prayer I made to Allah was this. I said, if I must die, I said, oh Allah, let me have an honorable death. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
My prayer was now, oh Allah, please don't let me die. Please protect me. I don't want to die. That is not the prayer I said to Allah the night before I got attacked by the police. I asked Allah, if I gotta go, please let me have an honorable death. That was my prayer. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I don't have no chip on my shoulder. I'm not on no so-called suicide mission. But if it's necessary for me to die to liberate us and get us out this hell, then so be it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
A Muslim is not a coward. Allah don't roll with cowards. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me say this. Let me say this in a couple ways. If I am the Son of Man, or if I am the 300th Muslim, well, let's talk about that scenario. That means that if I'm the 300th Muslim, if you've been killing Muslims since the 60s and before that in this country, and I just happen to be a 300X or 300 Muslim you think you about to kill, that means before you can kill me, all of them will be dead. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Or if I am the Son of Man, then the book don't prophesy of the Son of Man being risen from the dead is going to be killed by the devil. No, the Lamb of God or the Son of Man is going to kill the devils himself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So let me say this. Jesus said in the Bible, he said, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word will not pass away. Or he said, before my word shall pass away, heaven and earth will pass away. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let me help you understand. That means that if the devil is able to kill 300 Muslims and he's still here, that means before Allah will let that happen, the entire universe will be destroyed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me go further. If I am the Son of Man, and if I'm that 300th Muslim, before you kill me, the entire universe will be destroyed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, in science, power follows the path of least resistance. So before Allah destroys the universe, he's going to destroy all those people that think they're going to kill this 300 Muslim or think man. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The entire universe will be destroyed before Allah's word will fail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, this is what Allah is telling whoever this Son of Man is. How could you think I will let you walk out of my life and not do a damn thing? A damn thing is judgment. To damn someone is to judge them and send them straight to hell. That's called being damned. One of the attributes of Satan is that he is the son of perdition. The word perdition means damnation without the hope of salvation. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So Allah is telling the Son of Man, or Allah is telling that 300th Muslim, whoever that may be, how do you think I will let you walk out of my life and not do a damn thing? So either way, it makes really no difference to me. Either way, it doesn't. Because if I'm not him, I know one thing, I'm a believer. I know that for certain. I know I believe in the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I know that. So if I'm not that man, it don't matter. I say I'll actually welcome it. To be perfectly honest with you, if that's going to bring this thing to an end, to get to me and keep killing until you step to the wrong one, I welcome it. I welcome death. A Muslim don't fear death. We fear Allah. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's what we fear. We don't fear death. So it's there. So we gonna find out. Like I had somebody today tell me, well, if you was Allah's favorite, I don't think you'd be driving the truck. It says to Moses, you're just a truck driver. That's all you are. Okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I got this whole thing wrong. Maybe I'm not Allah's favorite. Maybe I'm not the Son of Man. Maybe I'm the 300 Muslims. I'm just nobody. That's fine too. Well, I welcome the devil to come get me so we can get free. I welcome it. But I know one thing, Allah's word will not fail. I know that. I know one thing, I love Master FARD Muhammad. I know that. I know one thing, the same thing I did with Rafiq last week, I've been done with Master FARD Muhammad. Last week, Rafiq closed his eyes and used the God power to get a guitar. 6 strings made of wood, smell like pine, 6 knobs at the top, and opened his eyes. I closed my eyes, and I imagine smelling the cologne or the scent of Master FARD Muhammad. I imagine hugging him. I imagine putting my head on his chest. I imagine looking into his eyes. I felt that. I've dreamed about him. So if the science I taught you last week is correct, and I properly use the God power, if that's for me, and if I properly done it, then I will be with the Master FARD Muhammad. But maybe I got that wrong too. Maybe what I taught you last week wasn't correct either. Maybe Rafiq won't get that guitar. Maybe I'm wrong about everything. I don't know. We're going to find out. But in my heart of hearts,
Stop.
I know one thing. I truly love God. And that God that I'm talking about is not a spirit. Is not a feeling. That God is a man. And his name is Master FARD Muhammad. And I know one thing. That power concedes nothing without a demand. And if I am that man that have this much love in his heart for that kind of God, according to his promise, not my wish, but according to his promise, if I am that man that got that much love for him, I know he's going to come for me. I know that. I know he's going to destroy my enemies. He's going to keep his word. Maybe those 20 shifts of stars we've seen at the back of Southern University, maybe Rafiq, Daeen, Kamal, and Amari, maybe we were seeing ghosts. Maybe those stars we seen, those 20 or more stars we seen flying back and forth across the sky over our head, maybe that was the white man with a machine that somehow read our brain and flew some military aircraft in outer space just to fool us. Maybe that's the truth. Or just maybe Allah heard my prayer. I don't know. I don't know. Only thing I got is my belief and what I know in my heart. And what I'm trying to put in your hearts. The love of God, the love of Master Farad Muhammad. But we're going to find out. And I'm not going to drive myself crazy over this thing. As far as I'm concerned, it's finished. You know. So anyway, in closing, love the Lord, Master Farad Muhammad, with all your heart, all your mind, all your spirit, and all of your might. Love Master Farad Muhammad that much. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Are there any questions or comments before we close?
No, sir.
In the name of Allah, who appeared and is in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.